Welcome to the Vegas Insider channel here on YouTube for Week 9 of the NFL contest picks. Kevin Rogers and Holden Kushner with you. The way this works, we each make 2 picks for Sunday's NFL card, and then we'll have a consensus pick at the end. So let's begin. Holden Kushner with his first pick. That means you're up, Holden.
Arizona -4 against the Miami Dolphins after seeing what Tua did last week. I mean, it sent poor Fitzpatrick into shock. The guy was wearing, short spandex, shaved his beard. It was just a disaster, the poor guy. Listen, if the Cardinals can force Russell Wilson into 3 interceptions, what are they going to do against Tua? I don't know who on the Miami defense is going to track down Kyler Murray. Guys averaging over 62 yards rushing a game. But Arizona blitzes the 4th most in the NFL. I think they're going to be all over Tagliova, whatever you want to say his last name is. I've never been able to get it. There's no run game on the Dolphins side without Gaskin. They don't have Breida. And it's a one-dimensional offense with a quarterback that's going to be overwhelmed. Give me Arizona -4, K-Raj.
For my first pick, Holden, I'm going to give you kind of a twofer with this trend. You're going to like this. NFL teams this season before a Thursday night game, or at least a scheduled Thursday night appearance. This includes the Chiefs and Bills when they were supposed to play earlier this year on Thursday, then played on Monday. They are 2-12 straight up and 3-10-1 against the spread. The last 2 teams to be in this situation were Green Bay and San Francisco. The Packers lost to the Vikings last Sunday. San Francisco fell at Seattle. And the 2 teams in the situation this week, Tennessee and Indianapolis. They'll play in Week 10 on Thursday Night Football. So that means we fade the Titans and we fade the Colts. So let me start with the first one. Chicago's at Tennessee. The Bears getting nearly a touchdown in this one. It's about 6. But Chicago off a tough loss to New Orleans at home this past week. And yes, the Bears' quarterback situation has not been good with Nick Foles. But at the same time, on the road, this Bears team has held its own. The only loss coming to the Rams on Monday night a few weeks ago. Tennessee is going the wrong way right now, losing to Pittsburgh 2 weeks ago and then falling to Cincinnati, giving up 31 points to Joe Burrow and the Bengals last week. I just don't like where the Titans are going right now. The Bears are still pretty good defensively. I'm going to back Chicago here with the points at Tennessee for my first pick. Holden, your second pick.
Steelers -13.5. Their third highest blitz percentage in the NFL. The number 1 team in hurries per dropback, the number 1 team in sacks. And now they get either Garrett Gilbert, Cooper Rush, or both. I mean, Don Fanucci looked horrible last week. I don't know how much these guys are going to be better, but then the Dallas defense giving up 18 touchdowns. That's 3rd most in the NFL. I mean, Pittsburgh is just so much better in every single area of this game. I don't know how the Cowboys score points. Like, how are they going to get a touchdown if it's defensive special teams? Steelers are just so much better than the Cowboys in this spot. So give me the Steelers -13.5. And I don't even feel uncomfortable about it. People tell me, oh, you're crazy for doing this. That's almost 2 touchdowns. This Cowboys team is miserable, absolutely miserable.
And this Cowboys team has not covered a game yet this year. Even the Jets have a cover, but the Cowboys have not covered a game so far this season. So for my second pick, I'm going to ride that Thursday night trend and also fade the Colts. Baltimore goes into Indianapolis. They were a 3-point favorite, dropped down to 2. Lamar Jackson is in desperate need of a really solid performance after he did not look good against Pittsburgh this past week. And the 2 most important games for the Ravens this year, they've lost to the Steelers and to the Chiefs, both at home. So now they go on the road, and we'll see what Baltimore can do facing a really good Indianapolis team. Let's not take anything away from them. Phillip Rivers in his first season there after they lost the opener to Jacksonville. They played a lot better. The only other loss came to Cleveland. Some of the wins, though, against questionable opponents. So waiting for the Colts to get that signature win on the season. But I'm going to look at Baltimore here to bounce back as a short road favorite and beat the Colts on the road. Holden, now it's time for our consensus pick. This is one where we put our heads together and we try to figure out one more winner. And with that being said, we bumped our heads and decided to take the New York Giants. We're going to win with the Giants. We're going to do it this week against Washington.
Well, here's the
football
deal.
team.
I think the Giants could put a little pressure on Kyle Allen. Kyle Allen is already a turnover machine, right? And then on the other side of the ball, Terry McLaurin, he's a guy that can just bust this game open. The problem is that the Giants have the one guy in the division that could shut them down in Bradbury. So I think there's a couple things working against the football team in this game. It's not like we like the Giants. We just don't like the football team that much.
And also
Right?
with Washington, they lost to New York a few weeks ago, 1-point game they covered, but you're getting Washington now as a favorite for the first time this season. I mean, the Cowboy game was like pick 'em. Dallas laid one at the end. And Washington's beaten both NFC East opponents at home already this season. They rallied past Philadelphia. They beat a Dallas team who we know is a complete disaster. But the one thing I'll give the Giants is they've been competitive. That since a bit of a rough start to the season, should have beat the Eagles, should have beat the Buccaneers. They were right there with the Rams on the road as a heavy underdog. They hung with Chicago, even though Saquon Barkley got hurt that game. I just think that the Giants in this situation, again, they win this one, you're still in the NFC East race, if that means anything. And that's kind of the only saving grace for all these teams is even Washington wins. They're right there. They've already beaten Philadelphia once, but the Giants can pull off the sweep of Washington with the win. So I do like New York here, Holden, to get the win and the cover against the team.
Hey, we're both on them. Let's do it. Let's go get our consensus pick right again.
We're going to do this 2 weeks in a row. I have a good feeling about this.
Mm-hmm.
So let's recap our picks for week 9 of the NFL. Holden has Arizona against Miami. Also, he's laying the points with the Steelers against the Cowboys. I am taking Chicago at Tennessee. Also, I'm going to back the Ravens on the road against the Colts. And we're going to take the G-Men, Danny Dimes, against the team of Washington coming up on Sunday. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel here at Vegas Insider. For Holden Kushner, I'm Kevin Rogers. Thanks for watching, and best of luck with your bets.